Let me ask you something. You're posting consistently, you're showing up, you're putting in the hours, and yet the conversions just aren't there. But why though? And I'll tell you, and it's not what you probably want to hear. It's likely not your niche, it's likely not your posting schedule, it's probably not even your follower count. It's how your content looks. I see this every single week. Girls who are working genuinely hard, posting every day, engaging, doing everything right. And then I look at their content and I immediately see the problem. Filming in a mirror reflection that's got more fingerprints on it than a crime scene. Unfolded laundry in the background, chipped polish on their fingers, or even a terrible outfit that makes you look like you're hanging there like a little flag that's saying, I gave up. Random clutter, bad lighting, just chaos. And you likely have absolutely no idea that this stuff is quietly killing your conversions. Because here's how it actually works in your viewer's brain. Their brain makes a judgment in literally half a second before the guy is even consciously processed what he's looking at. Clean, soft lighting in his style space. The brain goes, this feels premium and put together. I like my woman that way. Messy, flat lighting, random stuff in the background. The brain goes, this feels low effort and she feels like a liability. Same creator, same body, completely different result, just from the visuals around you. Aesthetics come down to two things. Presentation, that's how you style the scene, your lighting, your outfits, your background, your angles. And perception, that's what the man actually feels when they watch. Do they feel like he's watching something premium or something amateur? And how will this make you more money? Simple. You look better, more men want to watch you. More men want to watch you, the more valuable you are. The more valuable you are, the more they want to spend on you. The algorithm also rewards this because when people watch longer, it gets pushed to more people. It all pretty much adds up. So today I'll walk you through every element: makeup, lighting, background, angles, framing, expression. And I'm going to show you exactly what to improve. Most of this costs you nothing. It's just knowing what men look for. Let's get into it. Number one, makeup. Okay, before you come for me in the comments saying, what does this guy even know about makeup? Maybe nothing. But I've worked with OF models for over 4 years now, and besides, I modeled for many more years before that. I've sat through full glam sessions, watched lighting tests, seen the before and after, what makeup does on camera. And I spent a very long time living with someone whose entire morning was get ready with me routine. You absorb things, and also, doing shoots, I also wore makeup. But more importantly, I've seen the after effects and audience reactions. And believe me, they don't care about anyone's opinions. So, makeup. Even if you're a natural look girly, this section is for you. We're not talking about a full cake face worth of makeup. We're not talking about contouring your entire face into a different person. We're talking about intentional, camera-ready makeup. And there's a difference. First thing, and this is more psychological than technical, when you feel more put together, you move differently on camera. You hold your eye contact longer. Your whole energy shifts. The confidence is visible. It reads as a woman who actually invests time into herself. And side note here, men want that because in their brains they feel like you will invest time into them too. Now on the technical side, foundation evens out your skin tone, which means less color correction and editing, which honestly saves you hours. Even mascara, men love fluttery lashes because it makes a woman look sweet and approachable and makes your eyes less baggy in a video. And that's a whole other thing. A little contour brings back structure that the camera usually takes away. It doesn't need to be dramatic, just enough to emphasize your best features. Same idea. And ladies, keep those lips moisturized. Ever met a guy who saw chopped lips and immediately thought, oh my god, ew. Same goes to you. The goal isn't to look like a different person. It's to look like the best camera version of yourself. And also, that's the fun part. You can literally play around with your style and skills as you go. Minimal, intentional makeup instantly makes you more approachable to the male gaze. And although I get the movement, I'm not gonna change myself for a man. Let's be real. It's your job to profit off this. So make the most out of it while you're at it. Let's talk about good lighting and bad lighting, because bad lighting is still one of the single biggest reasons content looks cheap, like your Camilla from Temu. So we're covering it and fixing it today. Lighting is the biggest free upgrade you can make for your content. Free. costs you absolutely nothing. The best light you have access to is natural daylight from a window. It's soft, it's flattering, it makes your skin look smoother, it creates the natural warmth that no ring light has ever successfully replicated. Film near windows whenever you can. Golden hour, the hour or so before sunset, is your biggest cheat code. Warm tones, soft glow, everything just looks more expensive. You're not paying for that, you're just timing it right. What you want to avoid? Harsh overhead light. They create eye bags, they flatten your features, and they can make you look tired even when you're not. Nobody is going for that look intentionally. And also, the only bags you should be thinking about are Chanel. You need to stop filming in dark rooms thinking it looks aesthetic and vibey. There's a difference between aesthetic and creepy or cheap. Most of the time, low light content just looks grainy and amateur. Overexposure is equally bad on the other end. Blown out highlights mean your skin loses all detail and texture. It looks washed out and low effort. And again, not Chanel bags here, only eye bags. If you're using a ring light, placement matters way more than most people realize. Don't just stick it straight in front of you like you're being interrogated. Try slightly above eye level or at a side angle, because lighting direction can literally change how your body looks on camera. Front lighting can widen, side lighting slims and sculpts, back lighting creates a silhouette and mood. This is not a small thing. Soft shadows are your friend. They create curves. They define your waist, your legs, your chest. They add depth so you don't look flat on screen. Start treating lighting like it's part of your strategy, not just something you switch on randomly, because once you understand how light works, your content starts looking intentional. And intentional content always converts better. Also, your background is not just something that happens to be there, it's part of the content. And that's something I want you to genuinely shift your thinking on. Plain, boring rooms kill visual interest. Even if you look incredible in the shot, if the background is flat and unintentional, the overall content still feels low effort. Your viewer's eye doesn't just sit on you, it takes in the whole frame. Everyone can film against a white wall, but when you're doom scrolling for 3 hours, you want something to stand out. And the fixes here genuinely do not require money. A plant, a lamp, a rug. These small elements immediately make a space feel more styled and thought through. That's it. Even a poster if that's all you have. What you're going for is layers in the shot. Something in the background. A chair, curtain, a bed corner. Then you as the main subject. Then a background element behind you. Layers create depth. Depth makes content feel more realistic and appealing to the eye. No layers, flat background. Flat content, flat conversion. Here's one that you probably don't hear about enough. A clean, organized space is a subconscious trust signal. Fans genuinely associate tidy, considered space with the kind attention and care you bring to everyone else. When the room is messy, they get distracted. The clutter competes with you and you lose. Your background also should match your niche. This is your visual brand. Let's say you're in a soft girl niche. Use light fabrics, warm tones, cozy vibes. Let's say you're more in a luxury niche. Use minimal, clean, neutral. Nothing fighting for attention. Or if you're in a goth or alternative niche, use dark textures, use a darker mood or darker lighting, intentional shadows. If you're more in a girl next door niche, use more of a relatable bedroom aesthetics. Very real but curated. Work with what you already have. Curtains can soften harsh walls. Rugs, add warmth and dimensions. You do not need an expensive setup to pull this off. Mirrors are especially powerful. They create reflections, make spaces feel bigger, and add a visual movement to the frame. Oh, this is a good one. LED accents can shift the entire mood of a shot. Warm tones feel intimate, cool tones feel edgier and more futuristic. The whole point is, when your background feels intentional, the whole video feels more thought through, and premium perception means better conversion every goddamn time. Next, angles are one of the most underrated growth hacks in content creation. A tiny adjustment, we're talking centimeters, can completely change how your body looks on camera. This is not an exaggeration. Higher angle makes you look softer and smaller. Lower angle makes you look more dominant and powerful. That energy shift is real, and you can use it intentionally depending on the mood you want. Using a slightly wider lens and turning your body at an angle rather than straight on helps show curves more naturally. It creates a shape. It gives the camera something to work with instead of flattening everything. Bringing the camera closer with a subtle upward tilt adds intimacy. It feels immersive. The viewer feels like they're in your space rather than looking at you from a distance. Front facing is direct and confident. A slight side profile is softer, more mysterious. Both serve different purposes. Use them intentionally. Movement towards the camera is huge for connection. When you move into the frame, even slightly, it feels like you're entering the viewer's space. That increases intimacy in a way that's very hard to fake in editing. The closer something is to the lens, the more dominant it appears. This is not a secret. Use it. Also, stop standing in dead center in the frame every single time. The rule of thirds exists for a reason. Off-center framing makes content feel more dynamic and intentional without you having to do anything else differently. Over time, you'll discover your personal money angles, the shots that consistently get more views, saves, and conversions. Once you know those, content gets faster to shoot, more predictable in performance. The next one is going to sting a little, but I'll try to say it with love. I'm still German at the end of the day, but yeah, the forced sexy face has to go. Overacting is one of the fastest ways to make content feel cheap. And your viewers absolutely clock it. Maybe not consciously, but they feel it. There's something off, something that feels performed rather than natural. And performed content doesn't convert. Actually, it's super cringe too. Each time I see it, I'm like, ew. And here's what actually works. Relaxation. When you're genuinely comfortable in your body, that comes through on camera as confidence. It's not something you can fake, but it's something you can build. Simple trick. Before you film, one deep breath. Reset. It physically releases tension in your face and shoulders. And the tension shows on camera, even when you can't feel it yourself. And listen to some music before. Get yourself in the mood. Micro expressions beat exaggerated posing every single time. Subtle eye contact, a slight smile, soft lip movement. These feel intimate and real. They make the viewer feel like you're actually looking at them, not a camera. Natural, flowing body movements look high-end. Small shifts in weight, slow turns, smooth transitions between poses. Stiff and robotic movement looks rehearsed, like you're performing a script instead of connecting with someone. Same logic applies when you're speaking on camera. Memorized lines kill engagement. You can always tell. Speaking content should feel like a conversation, like you're talking to one specific person, not broadcasting to 1,000 people. Pauses are not mistakes, small laughs, natural reactions. These build relatability and trust. They're signs of authenticity, not imperfection. Don't focus on memorizing the script, focus on feeling it. When movement and expression feels effortless, the whole video feels more natural. And natural content holds attention longer, which directly impacts how many people you attract and how much they invest into you. Let's talk about outfits. Outfits are not just about looking good. They're a content strategy decision, and you might not be thinking about them that way. The biggest mistake I see, wearing outfits that blend into the background. If there's no contrast between you and your environment, your body doesn't pop on camera. The whole shot feels flat. You just disappear into the frame. You want separation. A light outfit on a darker background. A darker outfit on a lighter background. Simple principle. It's all about contrast. Random outfit choices from video to video also create confusion. Your audience doesn't know what your vibe actually is, what your brand is. Your outfit should align with your niche. Teacher niche, structured pieces, glasses, that whole world. Goth niche, darker tones, leather, whips, moodier textures. Soft girl niche, pastels, cozy fabrics, delicate details, luxury, minimal, clean, silhouettes, neutral tones, nothing busy. When outfit styling feels intentional, the content feels well thought through. And well thought through content leads to more men thinking of you will be well thought through with them, so they will want to invest. Now, let's talk about framing. Before you press record, I want you to ask yourself one question. Are I in the center or slightly off center? Because that center every single time feels static and basic. A slight off center position immediately makes content feel more dynamic and more intentional. You haven't moved much. The effect is significant. Think about headroom, the space above your head in frame. Don't cut off your forehead, but also don't leave a huge empty gap up there. Balanced headroom reads as professional instantly. It's one of these things viewers can't explain, but they feel. Shaky camera kills aesthetic and how long people watch your content. faster than almost anything else. Even incredible lighting, a perfect outfit, a great angle, none of it can save unstable footage. It just feels chaotic. Stable framing creates trust. Viewers subconsciously feel like you know what you're doing. The tripod is not optional. They're super cheap. They immediately upgrade everything in your shot. Just get one. It's like $5 on Amazon. When you start thinking about composition like a creator instead of just pressing record, your content starts looking intentional. And intentional content almost always performs better. I want to end on this one because it underpins everything we've just talked about. Confidence on camera is not a personality trait, it's a skill. And it's built through repetition. Same as hitting the gym, you won't get a big booty on your first leg day. You need to keep showing up. Mirror practice sounds basic. It kind of is. It also works. Spend time learning your best poses, which angles flatter you, which side of your face you prefer, which body position creates the most dynamic shape. This is not vanity, this is craft. Take it from me as a model. And don't just learn static poses, learn the transitions between them. Slow turns, shifting weight, hair movement. These are what makes content feel smooth and polished, rather than a collection of frozen moments. Study top creators visually, not to copy them, but to understand what they're doing. How do they move? How do they hold eye contact? How long do they stay in each pose? And how do they use the space around them? There's always something to learn. You have walking content, study from my creator Ashley. If you do outfit transitions or you need amazing light, look at what my creator Lara is doing. You do speaking videos, observe what my creator Ella is doing. Content creation is a performance skill, exactly like dancing or acting or public speaking. The more you train it, the more natural it becomes. The more natural it becomes, the more that girl it looks. Volume builds skill, skill builds confidence, and confidence builds better results. The creators who improve the fastest aren't always the most talented, they're the ones who practice the most intentionally. And that will be you after finishing this video and adapting everything I told you about. So let's bring this together. Aesthetics is not just a creative thing, it's a business decision. How your content looks directly impacts retention, perceived value, pricing power, and ultimately your income. In simple terms, you look better, men think you're that girl. They get intrigued, they try and get your attention, they invest money into you. Better lighting, cleaner background, stronger angles, more intentional styling. These are not huge projects, they're small upgrades with massive effects. And the frustrating reality is that most creators ignore all of this. They focus on posting more instead of posting better. And posting more of something that doesn't convert just means more effort for the same flat result. So, if you want structured growth instead of guesswork, if you want someone to actually look at your full picture and build a real strategy around it, the link is below, or send me a DM. And if this video helped you, subscribe, because there's a lot more where this came from. I'll see you in the next one.